I just got up from a long overdue nap, working on these things overtime just to get them out to you guys. So, yeah, now that I'm fully refreshed and my hair's kind of weird because I didn't get a chance to fix it, let's just talk about the next episode, shall we? The first part is back to Brakistan. Alright, after what happened in the last episode between Dan and Magnus having that argument, I wonder what they're gonna do in this episode. Are they gonna fight? Are they gonna have an argument? Are the teams gonna split up?
Prepare for battle. The swarm will take you to the next location.
No! It just starts at the next battle judgment fight and we get no mention of what happened between Dan and Magnus. Okay then. Already we're starting with Hanoj taking the team to the location of the next battle. It's in Brakistan, and with the swarm sucking the energy out of the life around them, they are technically attacking an entire country. The Brakistan military arrests the Awesome Brawlers thinking they are the attackers. You know, I get that there was a mistake in the arrest, but since they all came to Brakistan without passports or visas, they technically entered the country illegally. So, technically speaking, they were right to be arrested, at least on immigration laws and not terrorism. So they were in prison below the palace, and there is another prisoner there. Come on, that's clearly Lord Bracken.
You're a big Dankuzo fan? And you're so happy to see him in person?
So, just so we're clear, this is not supposed to be funny, right? Like, that's not the intention of the scene here, right? This is not supposed to be funny? I mean, the guy has been muzzled in the dungeon, and for some reason, Dan is using that to stroke his own ego. Of all the things to do in a situation like this.
This is ridiculous. I'm busting out of here.
Magnus being badass as usual. So the Awesome Brothers have been released from jail by Lord Bracken's uncle, Tim Bracken, voiced by Rob Tinkler, a very egomaniacal, power-hungry, and cruel tyrant ruling the country with an iron fist. So, technically what Lord Bracken's character was in the first season. All while Lord Bracken is apparently away at some conference. Immediately when we see his character, we know the kind of person he really is.
Foolish oaf! You can't recognize friends from enemies! To jail with you! Hey, cleaner! This floor is filthy! You're fired! Get out of here!
See, this is foreshadowing to what really happened to Lord Bracken, as away on a conference makes the audience believe that Lord Bracken may have been screwed sideways. And the screwing did indeed go sideways, as Callus reveals that Tim practically overthrew Lord Bracken's entire government and took over the entire country. This guy overthrew an entire government and put himself as head of state. Sir, why is this guy not the main villain? I like him.
The man wearing a mask in the dungeon is Lord Bracken!
I mean, it was kind of obvious. Dan's ego tripping probably didn't help either. So the Awesome Brothers decide to break Lord Bracken out and overthrow the overthrown government. You know, the amount of times the Awesome Brothers have interfered with foreign affairs, I'm surprised the UN haven't branded them international criminals yet. So they break Lord Bracken out by assaulting an actual government security.
You've stuck your noses where they don't belong. I won't let you get away with anything.
Let me send a huge chain email. The prisoners are escaping. So Ajit shouldn't get caught because they can't have a lot of Bakugan animated fighting at once. There's already like 5 Bakugan with 4 different brawlers in one episode part. I think the budget is used up.
Hey, Huh? What happened? You fell for my trap.
I seriously wonder how Tim managed to overthrow Lord Bracken in the first place. The whole story seems like it was hastily thrown together to pad out the runtime, but oh well, corruption happens all the time. But Lord Bracken has a huge character development moment.
I will not forgive the disrespect you have shown my people!
Yeah, remember in Battle Planet, Bracken was actually just like Tim, a very egocentric tyrant, even branding the Awesome Brawlers enemies of an entire country when Dan beat him in a brawl. Now, after the development he went through after losing to Leah, he is all about helping his people, and him attacking Tim almost seems like a metaphoric scene of Bracken destroying the ghost of his past self. So Bracken and Leah and Lightning beat Tim. Bracken really took back and established his government way too quickly. Also, Callus's mustache grew back really quickly as well, unless it's one of those party store stick-ons. We continue with the Eye of the Sandstorm. So in the middle of that, mess, Dan and Magnus are trying to get to the battle arena through a sandstorm, but when the storm is heading for the city, Dan goes to help them. And Leah, Shun, and Ajit arrive at the location first. Wait, what? What took Everett and McHugh so long to get there when Leah and them were spending all that time helping Lord Bracken? The timeline of events is confusing me. So Ajit and Shun are the ones fighting McHugh and Everett since Leah is out. Meanwhile, the Sandstorm is blowing through Brakistan. You know, for a country that is located in the desert, you'd think sandstorms are the first things they should be prepared for. Really wonder what Bracken is really using his citizens' tax dollars for. Man, this episode got so political, it almost physically hurts me.
This is too dangerous! We must evacuate!
I mean, are you sure? There doesn't seem to be any danger or destruction happening from this sandstorm, and your guards don't look phased at all. They kinda look pissed to be here. Oh, hell no, man. I was Ryurazu in the last season. So back in the battle, McHugh and Everett for some reason are fighting each other, which allows Shun and Ajit to beat Everett. During the fight, the wind becomes too strong to throw balls, but Shun reads the wind pattern to calculate his throw. But McHugh ain't going down without a fight. Wow, so funny. Shun learned Nova Core technique by playing baseball, but does not change the throwing animation, and instead gave it to McHugh? Make it make sense, guys!
The wind didn't even affect him! How is he so powerful?
That's what we want to know! McHugh takes out Farrell with Surturin, meaning Ajit is out at the tournament, and I don't know why they keep cutting back to the Sandstorm because they don't get anywhere fixing that problem. Leah says they have to move it away from the city and the fight, but they don't actually do it, and it faded away without having anything done afterwards.
How are we supposed to stop that thing?
The sandstorm is fading away.
Oh yeah, that part with the sand tornado could have been completely cut and you wouldn't have missed a thing. So Shun figures out using the sand to hide and perform a surprise attack and knock out Surturin's brute strength and defeats McHugh with nano gear. Considering McHugh's personal history with Shun, I wish they could have been explored a lot more in this episode.
You two have outlived your usefulness. You can perish along with the earth. Enjoy this victory. It will be your last.
Wow, Lawrence Bain was really the best guy to cast for Hanoj. That was menacing as hell. Seriously, bravo performance. So that was episode 6 of Bakugan Legends. Let me know what your rating of the show was in the comments down below. This episode furthered the storyline of the Battle Judgment arc, though I was kind of disappointed that they didn't follow up Magnus and Dan's argument in the previous episode, but I can't say I was surprised. But anyway, this episode I guess was decent, but not as good as it could have been. The main guy Tim didn't feel personal or impactful enough, it just seemed like filler, and the second part's Battle Judgment fight felt like such a throwaway. Don't get me wrong, the Lord Bracken story, while a little bit silly, was still able to keep my eye, and the fight when they were allowed to show it was still fun to watch. So in a way, this kind of felt all over the place. So overall, I'm gonna give this episode a Nova Light in the middle. Thank you for watching this review of Bakugan Legends. Be sure to press the like button and give us a subscribe for more awesome Bakugan content. I've been Haru Ren, and thank God for Rapid Fire. Bye!